The first aerial photos were taken from a balloon, but we tried kites and even carrier pigeons. It's the Wright brothers' invention of the airplane in 1903 that allowed heavier devices to be taken up. World War I spurred major technological advances with the need to see what the enemy was up to. The Great War also saw the invention of the unmanned airplane. Guided by gyroscopes, these were proto-cruise missiles. The real innovation for newsrooms was putting a live camera onto a helicopter. However, we haven't gotten much further since. That is, until now. While this might look like the remote control to some sort of toy, it actually represents a massive leap forward in technology that one day could really help journalists get a bird's eye view of the subjects that they're trying to capture. It is, of course, the controller to a drone. I spoke with Bill Lord, a longtime broadcast journalist who's flying drones commercially now up in Maine.
It's a competitive tool. It's a competitive. If I'm in, say, take the Portland market, we have 3 television stations. We gave the ABC station a competitive advantage. So ultimately, they'll all have them. Flying a drone is a fun job. It's a combination of both. And it's also a responsibility. So you got to know the rules. You got to be cautious. Just taking one more effort, making one more effort to get that perfect shot may end up causing you problems. I can tell you an example. We were doing a house, and it was a great shot of looking over on the deck, and there's a table and the chairs. And if I got back just far enough, I could get a great shot and fly over the table and show the river beyond. Well, my visual observer said, back up just a little bit more. And I'm under the eaves of this house. There's a slight gust of wind, and it blows me back, and crash. We now try not to get that last great shot. So there's an incentive to do good work, particularly in the editing process. And as you sit down to edit, you say, what was wrong with that cameraman? He didn't give me the shot I need. Well, you were the cameraman. And that becomes problematic. So the next time out, you know to shoot not 4 seconds worth of video. You need to shoot 15, 20 of video. You need to have some movement in it. And if you don't do the movement, you can always, in the editing process, zoom in slowly. A lot of wonderful tools to add these days. What did surprise me is, having been a private pilot, understanding the FAA rules and regulations, was how slow they were to change, particularly when they were categorized as aircraft. But again, that's government, and it's frustrating. And I've been waiting 5 months for authorization to do a little town in New Hampshire, in Newington, which is inside the restricted zone of Pease Air Force Base. So frustration is a part of the game. It's getting better, but frustration is still strong, still strong. But working with a drone continues to take off astronomically.